Before we get started with our story, we have a short message for grown-ups from our sponsor, Brooklinen. This past summer, Brooklinen sent us a set of sheets, and we have been continuously impressed with their buttery soft comfort, which seems to improve with each wash. Some days I feel like staying under those sheets forever. Luckily, their collection now includes everything from decor to ultra-soft cozy loungewear, which they say can almost make you feel like you never left bed. They even have some newly launched slippers, which might make our cold Canadian winters all the more bearable. Don't be like Clark and leave shopping to the last possible moment. Now's the time to get gifting with deals on items for everyone on your list. Don't miss out. Brooklinen's biggest sale of the year starts this weekend. Listening after the sale? You can still save. Visit brooklinen.com and use promo code SLEEPTIGHT for $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's brooklinen.com. Promo code SLEEPTIGHT. Thank you. Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. This story is about a polar bear, a penguin, a seal, and a walrus, who are all great friends. They love to play together on the igloo field. One day, Bear is not feeling well, but he decides to go out and play anyway. He has a big sneeze just as he's about to kick the ball, and it flies over Seal's head into the orca pool. What will happen to the ball now? Will Seal be angry? Let's listen to see what happens. The Polar Bear, Chicken Soup, and Friends. Written by Doug Brown. On a large, wintry hill in the Arctic lived a polar bear named Bear. He had 3 friends: penguin, seal, and walrus. Every day, Bear's friends knocked on his door and asked him to play. When Bear was ready, they would all walk down to the igloo field to play ball near the orca pond. They always had fun. Walrus would roll the ball to Penguin, Penguin would roll the ball to Bear, and Bear would roll the ball to Seal. One day when Bear awoke, he did not feel well. He was very tired, he had a runny nose, and he began to sniffle. But he didn't want to stay home, so when his friends knocked on the door, Bear was ready. They all walked down to the igloo field to play ball. Walrus kicked the ball to Penguin, and Penguin kicked the ball to Bear. "Hey, kick the ball over here," yelled Seal. "Okay," said Bear, and as he kicked the ball, he let out a big sneeze. Achoo! The ball went flying high over Seal's head. Seal jumped to catch it, but had no luck. Seal became upset and said, "Hey, you kicked that ball hard on purpose." "I didn't mean to," said Bear. It was an accident. I think I'm catching a cold." "No, you did it on purpose," said Seal angrily. "No, you didn't want me to catch my ball." As the two friends quarreled, the ball rolled down the hill. "Look, look!" shouted Penguin. "The ball is rolling toward the orca pond." "Oh no, not the orca pond!" shouted Walrus. Bear ran as fast as he could after the ball, but he became too tired. The ball splashed into the orca pond. "My ball! My ball!" squeaked Seal. "How are we going to get my ball back? Orca whale doesn't like it when things splash into the pond." The friends stood around the pond, thinking of ways to retrieve the ball. "Maybe we should just get another ball," said Penguin. "Maybe we should wait until orca whale is asleep, then swim in and get it," suggested Walrus. "That's too dangerous," replied Bear. "We might all get eaten. You know he has big teeth and a great big belly." "I'll never see my ball again," mumbled Seal. Feeling sad, he went home alone with his head down. The next day, while in his home, Bear did not receive a knock at his door from his three friends. Nor the next day, nor the next. Bear decided to make an effort to get the ball back. As he walked down to the orca pond, it began to snow and became very windy. When he reached the orca pond, Bear did not see the ball. He searched and searched, but after a while his head began to hurt, his belly ached, and he began to sniffle. Bear had a cold. The next day, Bear stayed in bed. He was very sad because he had not seen or heard from his friends. He began thinking about the big sneeze he had while kicking the ball to Seal, and how Seal did not believe him when he tried to explain. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Bear coughed. "Come in." The door slowly opened, and in peered a small seal. "Hello," said the seal. "May I come in? My name is Professor Sammy. I am looking for my nephew, Seal. Perhaps you have seen him?" "No, sorry," replied Bear. "I haven't seen Seal or any of my friends for days." "Oh my," said Professor Sammy. "Is everything okay?" "I'm feeling a little down," said Bear. He told Professor Sammy what happened that day the ball rolled into the pond, and how Seal became upset with him and had walked sadly away. "I'm sorry to hear that," said Professor Sammy. "Friends should not anger one another. They should be able to forgive each other and say sorry. A ball or anything small should not come between good friendships. Friendship is very important. Friends need each other, rely on each other, and take care of each other." Bear nodded and agreed. He knew Professor Sammy was right. "Perhaps I have something that will make you feel much better," said Professor Sammy. Bear became curious. "What is it?" he asked. "Throughout my travels to different countries, I often receive medicines from good friends. Seals do get the sniffles now and then too, you know. While traveling one winter, I was given a recipe that will work wonders for you. Perhaps you will enjoy chicken soup." "Chicken soup?" asked Bear. "Yes, it has been known to cure the common cold. I think you will like the taste." Bear was puzzled. He had never heard of chicken soup, let alone tasted it. He did not know what it was. He was used to eating fish. No, thank you," said Bear. "I don't think I would like the taste." Professor Sammy ignored him and began preparing the recipe. First, he heated the pot. Then he mixed in all the ingredients and stirred. The smell of chicken soup filled the air. "Ah, the aroma. Isn't it refreshing?" said Professor Sammy. "I will leave the soup warming. Perhaps if you change your mind, you will have a taste." Professor Sammy put his coat on, then his hat and his mittens. As he neared the door, he said, "A plum pleasing pleasure, my friend. It was very nice meeting you. I must be off to find my nephew Seal." Bear replied, "Maybe you could look down by the igloo field. He and our friends play there every day." "Yes, indeed. I will be sure to look there. Toodaloo, my good friend." After Professor Sammy left, Bear stepped out of bed and walked over to the pot. He peeked into it with great curiosity. "Looks interesting," he thought to himself. He sniffed. "Smells interesting," he uttered. Then he put his paw into the pot and bravely tasted. "Yum, yum! Not bad at all," he said. Surprisingly, he liked chicken soup. He poured the soup into a bowl and began to eat. Shortly after, he began to feel much better. His headache went away, his belly no longer ached, and he stopped sniffing. He began prancing and dancing around. He sang out loud, "I like chicken soup, I like chicken soup." He was glad Professor Sammy stopped by. He was feeling much better. Later that day, Bear walked down to the orca pond to retrieve the ball. The next day, there was a knock at the door. "Come in," said Bear. The door opened. It was Professor Sammy again. "I have a surprise," said Professor Sammy. Bear looked on in amazement as penguin, seal, and walrus walked in. Bear was so happy to see them. Bear looked at Professor Sammy, and Professor Sammy looked at Bear. "Did you—" Bear started. Professor Sammy said, "Well, yes, indeed I did. Your three friends were at the igloo field talking of how they missed all of you playing together. I explained to them accidents happen and that they should remember that best friends should not stay angry at one another or let small things come between them." "Yes, indeed," said Bear, "and I have a surprise." Bear walked to the closet and retrieved the ball. "My ball! My ball!" exclaimed Seal. "How did you get it?" After Professor Sammy left my den the other day, I walked down to the orca pond. I saw Orca Whale swimming and explained to him what happened the day we were playing. I had sneezed really hard when I kicked the ball, causing it to go over your head. I tried running after it, but it rolled into the pond. It was an accident. Orca Whale said it was okay, and if it happens again, please let him know. He will gladly flip the ball back to us. That's terrific, said Seal. Now you and Orca Whale are friends. Always remember, friends help each other, said Professor Sammy. Seal then apologized. I'm sorry for not believing you, Bear. Bear replied, I'm sorry for sneezing and kicking the ball hard. Friendships should last forever. Bear, Penguin, Seal, and Walrus were all happy and together again. Bear went over to the stove and poured everyone a bowl of chicken soup. After a while, the four friends and Professor Sammy all pranced and danced around each other, singing how much they liked chicken soup. And that is the end of the story. Good night. Sleep tight.